In the second to the last video that I uploaded, that I named Behold the Lawless Rabbis, I talked about how Moses commanded the Levites to put a testimony against them and against those that he said would go a-whoring after other gods after his death into the side of the Ark of the Covenant, which they did, and that can be found in Deuteronomy chapter 31. And I also talked about how about 400 years later, Solomon, who went a-whoring after other gods and broke God's covenant, commanded them to bring up the ark out of the city of David. And the contents were revealed, but the testimony against them went missing. And I talked about how convenient that was for them. I also talked in that video about how Moses spoke of a prophet that the Lord would raise up that would come after him. And I want to briefly go over that. This is in Acts chapter 3, verses 22 and 23. For Moses truly said unto the fathers, A prophet shall the Lord your God raise up unto you of your brethren, like unto me. Him shall ye hear in all things whatsoever he shall say unto you. And it shall come to pass that every soul which will not hear that prophet shall be destroyed from among the people. And Moses' words on that can be found in Deuteronomy chapter 18. Now, there are some people who have taken the Torah path to destruction. I'm going to read a little bit out of Wikipedia on Torah. And I'm not asking you to rely 100% on Wikipedia, but you can get a basic idea here and you can do your own research on this. It says, I'm just going to read a couple sentences here about it. It says, according to Jewish tradition, the entire Torah, both written and oral, was revealed to Moses at Mount Sinai. According to medieval Jewish mysticism, the Torah was created prior to the creation of the world and was used as the blueprint for creation. Well, who uses blueprints? Architects do. And we know that Solomon raised a levy to build that house. Talks about that in 1 Kings 9:15. And I've mentioned several times how Solomon, God never told David to have Solomon build that house. And it should be very obvious. If you read 2 Samuel chapter 7, God told David that he said to David, after you sleep with your fathers, that he would raise up the seed after him to build the house. And that house is the spiritual house it talks about in the New Testament. But David jumped the gun, and he said that God told him that Solomon would build it, and God never told him that, obviously. Or God was lying in 2 Samuel chapter 7. So who are we going to call a liar? David lied. So with that in mind, I also want to mention the last video I did, I talked about CIA corruption. And I got more views on that video than I did on the one prior, the Behold the Lawless Rabbis video. But the Behold the Lawless Rabbis video is much more, it's more powerful against the enemy. synagogue of Satan has influenced all these corrupt agencies around the world and has created all these distractions. If we want to get to the heart of the matter here and bring down the kings of the earth, let's get to the heart of the matter, because there's so many of these things, these distractions and these corrupt agencies set up all over the place. We can go and look at them and focus on them and focus on them, and they can just keep setting up new ones. It's very important. This information is very important. I ask you to carefully consider it and tell other people about it, because they're not justified. Those people that are teaching Torah are false prophets. Now, the way that they were supposed to go, like Moses talked about, starts with the next book. And I'm going to read, I would prefer to read the whole book of Joshua to you, but considering the time that it would take, I'm just going to read the first chapter. Please read it for yourself, because there's more that needs to be understood about these things than just the first chapter. Joshua chapter 1. Now after the death of Moses, the servant of the Lord, it came to pass that the Lord spake unto Joshua the son of Nun, Moses' minister, saying, Moses my servant is dead. Now therefore arise, go over this Jordan, thou and all this people, unto the land which I do give to them, even to the children of Israel. Every place that the sole of your foot shall tread upon, that have I given unto you, as I said unto Moses. From the wilderness and this Lebanon, even unto the great river, the river Euphrates, all the land of the Hittites, and unto the great sea toward the going down of the sun, shall be your coast. There shall not any man be able to stand before thee all the days of thy life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with thee. I will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. Be strong and of a good courage, for unto this people shalt thou divide for an inheritance the land which I swear unto their fathers to give them. Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. Have not I commanded thee? Be strong and of a good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for the Lord thy God is with thee whithersoever thou goest. Then Joshua commanded the officers of the people, saying, Pass through the host, and command the people, saying, Prepare you victuals, for within 3 days ye shall pass over this Jordan, to go in to possess the land, which the Lord your God giveth you to possess it. And to the Reubenites, and to the Gadites, and to the half tribe of Manasseh spake Joshua, saying, Remember the word which Moses, the servant of the Lord, commanded you, saying, The Lord your God hath given you rest, and hath given you this land. Your wives, your little ones, and your cattle shall remain in the land which Moses gave you on this side Jordan. But ye shall pass before your brethren armed, all the mighty men of valor, and help them, until the Lord have given your brethren rest, as he hath given you. And they also have possessed the land which the Lord your God giveth them. Then ye shall return unto the land of your possession, and enjoy it, which Moses, the Lord's servant, gave you on this side Jordan toward the sun rising. And they answered Joshua, saying, All that thou commandest us we will do, and whithersoever thou sendest us we will go. According as we hearkened unto Moses in all things, so will we hearken unto thee. Only the Lord thy God be with thee, as he was with Moses. Whosoever he be that doth rebel against thy commandment, and will not hearken unto thy words, and all that thou commandest him he shall be put to death. Only be strong and of a good courage. So, what are we going to do, people? Are we going to listen to the Jewish mysticism? Because that's the synagogue of Satan, that the established church is saying is the Israel of God, which is re-established Old Covenant Israel under the law. Please pass this information along. Thank you.